Welcome back. Homophobia remains rife in the country. One organization, Iranti, is demanding more action be taken. It says it wants justice for Andile, Lulu, Ntuthela from KwaNobuhle in the Eastern Cape, who was killed in a suspected homophobic hate crime. It's also started testing a reporting app to identify cases of human rights violations against the LGBTQI community. For more on this, we're joined by Sibusiso Kheswa from Iranti about what it is that they're offering assistance with. Mr. Kheswa, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. We know that just a few days before Lulu's passing, there was also the reporting of uSiphamandla, who was stabbed to death also in KZN, also seemingly a crime against the LGBTQI plus community. Exactly how are you assisting, and tell us more about this app?
Yeah, good day and good day to the viewers. In actual fact, the LGBTI community right now is going through a pandemic where there is an increase of hate crimes. You know, besides the people you have just mentioned now, we have cases in Motherwell, we have cases in the Val, so it's terrible. So as Iranti, we have developed an app where people can report these cases. The point of the app is that we are collecting evidence so that when we approach policymakers, when we approach the police, we approach Department of Justice, we can present this evidence in doing our advocacy.
Have you spoken to Lulu's family? How are they doing? I think it's about 4 days since his body was found. They had not seen him since March, before he was reported to have been murdered. How are they doing?
The family is distraught. I can tell you, very much in pain right now. Right now, as we speak, the cortege has just left to the cemetery. The community is very angry. The community met on Thursday to say, as the sector, as activists, we need to make sure that we fight for justice for Lulu.
Tell me more about the suspect. We know that he was arrested on the 31st of March for another crime because of burning his bedding. I assume the family which reported him to the police for that. Has he appeared in court? What has he been charged with exactly?
He appeared briefly in court, and then he was tested for sanity, and the case of mental illness has been ruled out completely. So right now we are waiting for the next appearance, but he is still in custody.
I think the painful thing is that we're reading in the news that this was Lulu's friend that he had been visiting, and to die that way in the hands of his friend, I think is what the family would not be able to, get over.
Yes, but I wouldn't say necessarily a friend, but a person known to Lulu, because even the last time they were seen together, having drinks at a nearby place, not far from Lulu's place. So not necessarily a friend, but a person that they were acquainted with Lulu, yeah.
All right, Mr. Kheswa, there's also this case about Lulu that went viral, of course, and we know about it now. There's also the case of uSiphamandla that we know about. But how many cases really are we talking about that haven't gotten any attention, and the LGBTQI plus community feeling unsafe in areas such as the Eastern Cape?
Oh, the cases, as I said at the beginning, that the cases are increasing. And the problem with hate crime is that, it induces fear in the whole community, because everyone now has a feeling of, am I next? Am I next? Because then you are targeted for a specific identity. And that is the terrible thing about this kind of crime, that now every LGBTI person is living in fear in the areas, and in particular in South Africa, because as I'm telling you that we have a case in Limpopo, you've mentioned uSiphamandla in KZN, we have a case in Val, we have a case in Uitenhage, we have a case in Motherwell. So this seems to be growing, and it needs to be nipped in the bud. We need government to come to board, and we need the police to do their work, proper investigation. We need justice to ensure that justice is served.